Hi everyone, welcome to Must Read Monday. My name is Dabney. I'm the young adult librarian with the Twin Lakes Libraries, and I use they, them pronouns. For today's episode, you might notice we're somewhere different. We're in the teen room at the Mary Vincent Memorial Library, and I am going to be talking today about some Latine authors who have written some spooky books because Hispanic Heritage Month is still going through October 15th, and October is, the Halloween month, basically. As soon as it's October 1st, I'm like, okay, it's spooky, and it's going to keep being spooky. So here's some good books for you to check out. Labyrinth Lost. This is the first book of a trilogy, the Brooklyn Brujas. Each book follows a different sister in this family and their magical journey. This one is about Alex, and it's her death day, and she hates magic. She's supposed to be like the most powerful bruja of her generation, and so instead of doing what she's supposed to do, she does a spell to get rid of her magic, and instead gets rid of her family. They all go to this other magical world, and so she has to team up with this guy. She doesn't even like him, and they have to go find her family. It is an epic journey, lots of peril, lots of strange, magical, supernatural stuff happening. It's very good, and if you like this one, get excited because there's 2 more books, and they just keep getting better. I really like them, and I believe they're audiobooks, so check the video notes and you can find out where to listen to them, or you can come to the library, check them out, read them. Next we have Lobizona. This is one I listened to. So the main character, Manu, is there's a lot going on in this book, but she's always been experiencing these really intense periods and stuff, and it's just awful. And then finds out hey, actually she's got these latent werewolf powers, and they kind of come to the surface. You find out she's been basically taking this special, she thinks it's a medicine to help her through this time of month, and no, actually it's to suppress her werewolf powers. So suddenly it's oh no, werewolf powers. It's awesome, but it's not awesome. It's uncomfortable, but it's awesome that she's a werewolf because I love werewolves. But anyway, so her life changes a lot, and she ends up basically entering into this secret world she knew nothing about, kind of connecting to her heritage, and it just explodes from there. It is very cool. And I think the whole time she's also trying to get her mother back. Yes, her mother was arrested by ICE, and so she's also trying to get her back. So a lot going on. Next we have The Witch and the Vampire. So this is kind of it is a Rapunzel retelling. So witches, vampires. It has been a long time since I listened to this because I was who is the witch? Who is the vampire? Let's see. Okay. Ava and Kay used to be best friends until one night 2 years ago when vampires broke through the magical barrier protecting their town, and in the ensuing attack, Kay's mother was killed and Ava was turned into a vampire. Since then, Ava's been trapped in her house. Her mother, Eugenia, needs her. Ava still has her witch powers, and Eugenia must take them to hide that she's a vampire as well. Desperate to escape her confinement and stop her mother's plans to destroy the town, Ava must break out, flee to the forest, and seek help from the vampires who live there. When there is another attack, she sees her opportunity and escapes. Okay, yes, alright. Well, the important thing is that this is an enemies to lovers romance. Spoiler! It is definitely the twist and the turns, the betrayals, the heartache, the danger of it all. Very exciting. Then we have, this is kind of totally different, but Mark Oshiro, Into the Light. This one is more like psychological thriller. Like the whole time you're just like, oh my gosh, what's happening? What's going to happen? What did happen? I love that though, because it's like kind of told, through two different like timelines. You're getting like what happened to this character in the past, what's happening now, and it's all kind of coming together. Like a lot of the mystery of like what happened is like gradually being revealed as you go along, and then you get to the end and it's like, oh my gosh, mind blown, very much so. It's very good, very, very good. Not spooky, but like also still terrifying. Ballad and Dagger. This one is the first book of the Outlaw Saint series, and I really enjoyed it, and I need to get into book 2. There's a map. We love it. So, almost 16 years ago, Mateo Matisse's island homeland disappeared into the sea. Weary and hopeless, the survivors of San Madrigal escaped to New York. While the rest of his tight-knit Brooklyn dysphoria community dreams of one day finding a way back home, Mateo, now a high school junior and piano prodigy living with his 2 aunts, one who's alive, the other not so much, is focused on one thing, getting the attention of locally grown music legend Herval. Mateo finally gets his attention on the night of the Grand Fête, an annual party celebrating the blended culture of pirates, santeros, and Sephardim that created San Madrigal all those centuries ago. But the evil that sank their island has finally caught up with them, and on the night of the celebration, Mateo's life is forever changed when he witnesses a brutal murder committed by a person he thought he knew. Suddenly, Mateo is thrust into an ancient battle that spans years and years. As deadly secrets unravel, Mateo awakens a power within himself, a power that not only links him to the killer, but could also hold the key to unlocking the dark mystery behind their lost homeland. It's like so good. It's so good. I love the culture of like pirates, all these different people groups who come together and formed this amazing community, and it's like a community in exile, and it's like how they've managed to like live now that they're in Brooklyn, but also how they're dreaming of going home. It is really beautiful and really good, and I highly recommend it. Okay, 2 more books real quick. Cemetery Boys, absolutely, you must read this. I think it's actually getting a sequel. So it's like, let's see. Yadriel has summoned a ghost, and now he can't get rid of him. When his traditional Latinx family has problems accepting his gender, Yadriel becomes determined to prove himself a real brujo. With the help of his cousin and best friend, Maritza, he performs the Quinces ritual himself and then sets out to find the ghost of his murdered cousin Miguel and set it free. However, the ghost he summons is actually Julian Diaz, the school's resident bad boy, and Julian is not about to go quietly into death. He's determined to find out what happened and tie up some loose ends before he leaves. Left with no choice, Yadriel agrees to help Julian so that they can get what they want. But the longer Yadriel spends with Julian, the less he wants him to leave. I highly recommend.